Thank you for tuning in. I am boom 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 Timby Terrell, and this is that's right. This is the American dysfunction. This is the second half to the part one where we're talking to my sisters, all my beautiful women out there, about the men. Now listen, this is something real intense, and this is a little sexual, so this ain't for everybody's ears. I want to talk about the sexual connection between people. And not so much the sexual connection, it's like the sexual chemistry. Like when you're with your mate or you're with this person, do you feel a sexual, type of chemistry? Because if you don't feel no type of sexual chemistry with somebody, we indulge, this, that, and the other, you may not need to be with that person. Sexual chemistry is something like natural thing. It's a beautiful thing. It's harmonious. If you just fucking for some money, that's a bad thing. What I'm saying? Because that leads to another. I watch all these, I watch porn on the internet because guess what? Usually when you're watching some type of shows, you don't get interrupted when you're watching them. So I scroll just to get a clue and an idea to what our young people are paying attention to, in the sexual content. And there's far too many tricking, smutting, and going on. So let's talk about our body dynamics. One thing I would definitely suggest that in education for school these days, that they talk about the human body, starting from pre-K up to 12th grade. And as the years go on, you get more intense with it. So by the time they get to high school, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade, they're talking about drugs, and sex, and what some of those combinations do to you. Now, I'm not going to say, I'm not a partier. I'm not big on drinking, and I don't smoke, at this current time. I'm not a pothead at this current time. Doesn't mean I'm not going to reiterate it at some later date, but right now I'm not. And that's a personal choice. But when you go to these clubs and you go to these little bars where people are at, we're talking about people snorting lines of coke, shots of Henny. I don't particularly want to have sex and suck a man's joystick, knowing that he done had all this in his body. Because guess what? If we're not using protection, he's going to indulge all that stuff in me. And my body is really, and I understand what I'm saying. Your body is a temple. It really is. It doesn't matter how you adorn it. You can get all the tattoos in the world, all the piercings in the world. But when you start to defile that body by letting people plague it, by letting people dump their crap into you, and it's written in the Bible. I don't know if it's in the Quran or how it's written in the Jewish temples and things like that, but you don't want people to dunk. You're not a trash can per se. You don't want people dumping in you, and that goes for men too. When you want to go down and have oral with your girl, what I'm saying, this girl done had some Xannies, she done drank, she done smoked the weed, she done had a couple of Newports in her. Is her stuff tasting that great? You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be caught up into that, because then you can tell, what I'm saying? So then kind of person you dealing with, because if you don't take care of yourself and you deal with a person that takes care of themselves and they realize that, they're not going to want to deal with you, or vice versa. You don't want somebody that's not going to take care of their bodies the way you take care of yours. You know what I'm saying? And I guess that made me think a little bit more when I transitioned over to the kind of vegan/vegetarian diet, that, oh my gosh, you just can't indulge your body into those type of behaviors, because it is crucial. So I say to all my young people out there, who you're having sex, and you're having sex, bisexual sex, girl on girls, these young boys who feel as though that they're gay because they haven't been in those situations, who are being plagued, slow down. Slow down. Your body is a temple. You do not have to defile your body and put yourself out there if you truly do not want to. If you don't want to do it, then don't. There's nobody saying you have to. You don't have to. There's no need for you to. Don't do it. Don't put yourself in that critical condition, because you end up involved in something that you can't get rid of. AIDS is a big thing. AIDS is a big thing in Africa. AIDS is a big thing in Brazil. You have these fine, and I mean, I'm not gay, but these sisters is, whoo, they banging. fine Brazilian chicks, bodies, boom, 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 bang. But a lot of them play with eggs. So what's the use of seeing this beautiful body and you can't love her, you can't be with this chick, you can't love him because they're infected. That ain't good, because everybody wanted a piece of this taboo, you know, which is not cool. So just be careful. Be careful. Be careful. You know what I'm saying? It ain't that serious. It ain't that deep. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather be with somebody that's going to love me and take care of me and be there for me sexually and supply all my needs, opposed to running around. Because, you know, as women, we all know once we got that bad shot of leg, we be like, girl, he was jacked up. I know I'm about to call Hakeem right now, because you know Hakeem know how to do it right. I can't stand this mother. But I'm got to call him up and go through his little rigmarole. So yeah, girl, all right, then I holler. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we do it. And brothers, I don't know how y'all do it, but if y'all got that bad shot of leg too, y'all gonna call another chick. Daryl, why you hook me up with Fatima? You know that I wouldn't even get hard, man. Wouldn't even get wet. Crystal, that's what's up. I'm about to call her ass now. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how I go. That's how I go. You know, but y'all know this. Y'all, once again, I'm bugging out, right? But this is the American dysfunction. This is what we do. All right.